Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we're doing another Cube World video, and it's because there's been more information. Now, Wale tweeted on the 5th of December, so I don't know when this video is going to go out, but yeah, so the 5th of December, Wale tweeted out 18 new screenshots to do with new biomes, or whatever you want to call them, landscapes, as he's been dubbing them, as well as new dungeons, villages, and creatures. There's actually a blog post as well, so if anyone watching wants to just jump ahead of me talking and just look at the link, it's in the description. Obviously, you know, I'll tag it as something. But anyway, so yeah. Two new landscapes are being shown off in these screenshots. We've got Deadlands and the Savannas. Now, if you watch my last Cube World video, which was out this Monday, I also went over like a couple, like 3 or 4 screenshots and just kind of summarised those and kind of analysed a bit. So if you want to check out my thoughts on that, there'll be a link in the description or like a thumbnail thing to click there. Click that out, watch that first. I definitely recommend you do. And then if you want, you can come back to this and then obviously, you know, continue with my feedback. I do apologise in advance as well. I might miss a couple things. If I do, you can obviously just comment down below and I'll obviously respond to you. Or, you know, just any of that stuff. So yeah. So, like I say, 18 new screenshots. I'm going to go over them separately and individually, both the same word. But yeah, so let's just jump straight in. Okay, so on photo 1, as you can see, it's a picture of one of the new landscape biomes, which is Deadlands, which is correct. Because if you look at the top, as you see where the map, it says Deadlands of Ikomi, which is obviously, you know, the randomly generated name, which will be given to the, you know, certain... Should I call them biomes? I don't know, I'll just do it for the sake of it. You know, pretty standard stuff, really. You can see that, like, I'm guessing that's going to be a new boss specific to the Deadlands biome. We get to see him in, like, from the front, sorry, in a second on the second picture. But, I mean, you know, this is just looking at it from behind and kind of giving, like, a general overview of what it looks like in the background. As you can see, there's kind of, like, boulders scattered around everywhere, just like a normal kind of, like, foresty one. Also, you've got the trees in the background. So it's not necessarily just all... one landscape built up of loads of trees everywhere. There's kind of like a difference between trees, some flat land with some boulders, you know, and just flat land and stuff. So yeah, another thing I want to point out as well is that if you notice on the right where it says defeat the dark troll, which this kind of be like a, I forgot what it's called, it's like a dungeon area, I suppose, but top right where it says defeat the dark troll, the plus 16, which kind of indicates like how hard of a boss he is or whatever. That's actually purple. Now, I'm looking at the wiki here, which is kind of got like all of the levels, like saying, for example, white is below your level, blue is a little below your level, orange is a level or a little above, and red is very difficult. I'm guessing purple is maybe the new blue, I'm guessing, or it's just a placeholder, while just to designate what biome it's in. I don't know. But like I say, purple's different. You'll also see a different screenshot as well later on. So it's either some of the colours have been changed or that it, like I say, it's just a placeholder. But I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. So moving on to the second photo now, and as you can see, this isn't actually the first boss, this is actually a different boss. Same biome as you can see, the Ikomi one that he's in. But this one's defeat Dura Rock, I think that's how you say it, the Skeleton Knight. Now, obviously, you know, I'm guessing this has just been designed, you know, this is one of the new design bosses, as you can see. He's kind of got like a one big hammer, one big sword. Although I haven't got a good memory, I don't remember seeing one of that type in while we were fighting other dungeon bosses, we'll say. But yeah, as you can see again, we're in the Deadlands biome, nothing else really to show off. It's plus 16, it's kind of in like a more bluey than purple this time, the colour. So like I say, maybe it's just like differentiating on like, the more purple it is, the harder they are, if that makes sense. The more purple, I'm sure that's English. But again, nothing else really to point out, apart from the fact that, you know, humidity is 35% in this biome. So it's pretty dry, but at the moment, my opinion, humidity doesn't really do much really, and temperature. But I'm guessing that might be coming to a factor once more updates come out for the game. So moving on to screenshot 3 now, and we're actually in one of the Deadlands biomes villages, I suppose that's how you say it. Or cities, or towns, or however you want to say it. So this has got a massive overhaul. So as you can see up top right, it says Ikomi Village, which is, you know, the area's Deadlands of Ikomi, which is like Wale's example. So this is actually the Ikomi village. Now, this is going to, actually, looking at the map, sorry, I'll just correct myself. I was going to say this is going to be like a small town and there's another town, but there's obviously not. As you can see, it's kind of like a bigger town. it kind of looks slightly like a fortress, but obviously there's no walls anywhere. So obviously, just saying off the face example, this is very different from any other biome towns. Like for example, you know, the desert ones are different. You know, the forest ones are obviously, you know, standard, and then you've got the Deadlands one, which is kind of like haunty and Halloweeny. But I kind of liking these gravestones though. They look pretty cool, and there's just a big sheep blocking all the view. Thanks, sheep. Jeez. You know, and these are just your standard houses in the background. You got your fencing and all that stuff. Pretty standard, really. Nothing else really to show off. Again, it's just Wally's class build and stuff. Nothing really to show off from this screenshot, apart from the fact that, you know, these new houses and that the towns would be much different. You know, it's kind of giving that haunty Halloween feel. And again, fourth screenshot again, you can see he's gone further into the village slash town slash city, whatever. And it's more built up. Obviously, the houses or whatever are tighter together. You know, it's pretty cool. And you can see one of the NPCs or villagers or whatever in the background just doing something with his hand. I don't know. It kind of looks like he's scratching his head. But I'm guessing, by the way, that these are gonna be like Deadlands people. Like I know you can have a face which is kind of like a skeleton, so maybe these people do have that. I don't know, but it'd be good if they did have that, because obviously, you know, sticking to the theme of the Deadlands, obviously. Fifth screenshot again, nothing really to show off. This is just like he just spinned the camera 180 degrees while walking down a bit more. You can see the lamppost right there, which is looking pretty hauntly. And I like the mix of the green and the purple for the background. You know, obviously this at night time. I'd like to see what it's like at daytime. Obviously it's not going to be much of a change. It's still going to be like purple, but it's just going to be slightly lighter. Again, trees. I think these are the same trees, just reused for this town. And again, this is the same village, obviously in a different district. Nothing much really show off on this one. Sixth screenshot. There we go. Got it right that time. And actually what I was saying previously, you can actually see what it's like at daytime. So I was kind of thinking it was going to be more slightly darker, but obviously it's gone for like a lighter green, I suppose. Kind of like a sickly colour. And obviously you can see the purple glow and fog kind of in the distance to show how far you can render in. You've also got one of the mobs, which sadly doesn't show what his name is, so that's a shame. Nice to know what type of monsters we'll see. Sorry, but like I said, this monster's got like stuff coming out his mouth. I don't want to know what that is. And as you can see as well in the background, you got just the foliage, which is like the purple grass stalk things. And you've just got some more trees in the background. Clouds are standard, and you've got these falling cubes, which I kind of like. They're like subtle, but pretty cool. Again, I'm still in the Deadlands over Comey biome, and it's 5:20 at night. So that's actually pretty good for 5:20 at night. Actually, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I think, if you remember from normal Cube World, it didn't get dark until like 23 o'clock. In this biome, it kind of looks like it's going to go dark by maybe 7, 8, 9 maybe. Like in the afternoon, so that'd be like 20, 21, 22 o'clock. But that'd be cool, like to see the like night times longer in certain biomes. But then again, the Deadlands biome kind of does look pretty cool at night time. Obviously, in certain areas, and if you've got a really small flashlight, it'll look pretty douche, pretty terrible. Sorry. I'd also like to see maybe some random loot that gets different colours. I think you can do that already, but maybe like a purple one or a green one just to suit with this biome. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. Moving on to the seventh screenshot now, and as you can see, this is just kind of like where he's been. He's just pressed M on the map and moved it around. Now, this has been a big change. So these icons actually have plus numbers below them. Now, I didn't know what the plus numbers meant until literally yesterday when I started researching for all this stuff. But as you can see from the highlighted path, you can see where he's been. He's kind of came in from this biome. Don't know why I'm pointing. You guys can't see, but he's came in from the Thalian, whatever it's called, biome or whatever. The Woodlands one. He's just walked across, gone to the village, and then started to walk across again. And as you can see, we've got I'm guessing from this that the shield ones maybe are kind of I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like this is like, because this was a screenshot, I was like, I wonder what I could say about this. But the shields one, what do you guys think it could be? Because I think it could be like a random structure just out in the middle of nowhere, or maybe a quest or something. I don't know. And as you can see, we've got the 2 in the middle. Which is plus 16 and plus 18, which are obviously bosses. And as you can see, I'll probably zoom in on this, but plus 16 is kind of like bluey purple. Plus 18 is kind of more purple, like slightly much purple. And if you can see the plus 15 just above it, which is the shield, that's kind of more blue than it is. And then you got plus 17, which is up there, which is kind of again, more purple. But then again, if you look at the first shield icon, which is like to the very right, it's also plus 14, which is green. So it's kind of a mixture at the moment. Normally, green health bars mean neutral. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that some of them are neutral. But there isn't any purple ones or blue ones. Blue ones are obviously friendly for normal Cube World. But, you know, that's that. And as you can see, you can just see the boss fight on the other biome or landscape to the side, which is plus 4, which is white, which means he's below your level and pretty easy to do. Okay, so we're on to the 8th screenshot now, and we've moved biomes and we've gone over to the Savanna biome. Now, if you remember watching my last video, there was one screenshot where he was riding a lion or tiger. I can't remember. See, because I think I said it was a tiger, but it turns out it was a lion, or vice versa. I'm just going to quickly check. Yeah, so it turns out it was a lion he was riding, sorry. And that was pretty big, actually, compared to like his character size. But now we get to see what an elephant is, like comparison size. Now, just bear in mind that they're in water, so it's obviously much smaller. But I'm guessing that's maybe like a couple meters maybe tall. I don't know. There's no really measurement for Cube World. But again, looking at the stuff in the background, you've got Terracore Savannah. Humidity is 24, which is I think 1 less than the Deadlands biome was. I can't remember that. I think it was 1 less. Just double check. No, actually, it was 10 less. So it's 11 less than the Deadlands biome. I was thinking it would be a bit more. Temperature's 30 Celsius. Time 12 o'clock. You can't really see the sun. But yeah, you know, it's obviously got like the deserty feel as it is. I'm guessing the Savannah's got more wildlife and more creatures going on as opposed to just how the desert one is at the moment, because the desert is pretty scarce with lots of mountains and stuff, whereas the Savannah one, if you actually look, it's got a lot of like foliage, like here to the left and the right you've got like the grass or whatever, and you've also got a lot of trees in the background, which is actually pretty nice to see. So it's got some variation. 9th screenshot now, still in the Savannah, and we're showing off the zebras. I did say the last one was elephants, so we're now seeing zebras or however the hell you want to say it from where you're from. Like I said, you can kind of see now that it's different in the way that like you see more trees on the map. You know, there's like dark areas now. Like it's not as scarce, I suppose is the word. But the zebras, obviously, you know, they're not that tall. Obviously, no information on how to tame them or anything yet so far, because no one's actually got the update. But again, you know, nothing's really changed. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so on this next one, you can actually see how there's grass now, as opposed to desert or sand or whatever. So I like the fact that it's not always going to be sand. There's going to be some like grass type areas, and obviously, you know, as you can see in the background, there's like a campfire. So obviously there's going to be some sites where you can rest in a bed and let time go past if you want. You know, we've got lions or tigers again. I think tigers don't have the hair around the neck, so I'm guessing it is lions, yeah. But I think lions are also female. I don't know. Let's not get too deep into that. Let's not get off track. Again, just looking at the background, you know, you've got mountains, you got the trees in the background again. And again, nothing much really to show off apart from the fact he's got full health now. So the 11th screenshot, this is kind of like a animal boss. I don't know how really to put this in terms to explain really, but it's kind of like the big mob types that you find, you know, and they're like, "Rah, we're really big and we're going to kick your ass," and you're like, "Nope," and then you just kill them instantly. But so this is like a supersized rhino, which could also say that you could also get like passive, as you know, like a mob that you can tame as a rhino. But like I said, this could just be like a big supersized one. And as you can see, like the ogre does in current version of Cube World, they smash the ground and obviously break it up, which doesn't really do much, but you know, just shows it off. Background, nothing much really to show off. Still in the Terracore Savannah. Temperature, humidity, and time haven't really changed. So yeah. So screenshot 12 now, we actually get into what one of the Savannah villages look like. Now, these look much different from the desert ones, and as you can see, well, I nearly died from his HP. But yeah, so we've got like these orange house tops, and you know, you can obviously see that he's in the trade district with a shop right there. And you can see one of the villages right there, an orc +1, but I'm guessing that's just one of the AI that you find walking around that he's just walked past. Moving on to the next screenshot, he's standing on top of a tree where you can kind of like see an overview of some of the town. As you can see, the market stalls in the middle. It's kind of some elements of like the old cities have been put into the new ones, but obviously, you know, it hasn't fully been copied. Stuff's been redone. And as you can kind of see in the background, it looks to, I think that might be a tree, or it could be like one of the tall structures, I don't know. But actually, on close inspection, it might be a tree. So yeah, it was a tree. So 14 screenshot now, 4 left I think, if I'm correct. We're actually in kind of like a fort. Now if you remember, in some biomes on normal Cube World, you have the like stone structure for dungeons, if you remember that one. This is kind of like that, but in the Savanna biome, and this one's called Fort Lugoria. Plus 14, you know, that's the difficulty. But I like how it's kind of like, I don't know what you could call this really. Is it wood, maybe? Yeah, let's go with wood. So it's kind of made out of wood, and it's not all the same. This kind of does look the same in the way that, you know, how it's generated, and like that it can be just done everywhere. And that it's the same from the old Cube World. So obviously, you know, not much. I keep saying old Cube World like it's a different game. But, you know what I mean, it's just that the new update. But yeah, so like I say, that's obviously going to bring in new structures, and that's one of them, as you can see. 15th screenshot, which is another look at the map, as you can see which way he's come again. He's gone to some ruins, gone to the shield icon, in the Terracore village, and then he's gone to Fort Lugoria, which now has its own icon, as you can see, and it kind of looks like a mini castle. I'll probably zoom and enhance on that one, but it's pretty hard to see. But it's kind of got like the 3 spikes at the middle, and then like a hole in the middle of the cube, which is at the bottom for the tower. But you know, subtle icons like that kind of explain what it is, and which is quite cool. So I like that. Photo 16, we can see he's being chased by an, oh god, I don't know what this is. It's not an ostrich. It's not a flamingo. I don't know what it could be really. You'll have to leave a comment down below saying what it is. But yeah, nothing much really show off from this screenshot, apart from the fact that that's one of the new mobs, animals. Sorry. That you, also could be tameable. I don't know. Try and guess as well what kind of name or item, sorry. Also, if you want to kind of like guess what kind of item you could be tamed with, that would be quite fun if you want. But like I say, not much to these screenshots now, that I've just kind of like explained most of them already. So screenshots 17 and 18 are much different. They're not actually got any Deadlands or Savannah. This is actually in like the Hell one. I can't remember its actual name. I'm just gonna go call it Hell. But I'm guessing these are some of the updates that he's done to this biome. But you can kind of see now that, like I said about the wood, the fort, the stone fort that's been come from the forest one is now into the savannah, which is, but the texture's changed. This is kind of like a rebuilt one. I'm guessing anyway. It's like a rebuilt one, but for the Hell biome, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's looking pretty cool, looking pretty scary. Obviously, I don't want to fight any big, massive bosses here. You know, I mean, me and James are still level 55, I think it is, on Still Cube World. So, you know, but you know, the spikes look pretty cool. Design's awesome. And the last screenshot, which is 18, is just showing off the village. But I think there's already, don't quote me on this, but I think there already is villages in the Hell. I don't know. I think there is. I think there isn't. I haven't been to one, to be honest. But if there isn't, then that's what it obviously looks like, you know. But if there is, then obviously these will be the changes. I'm guessing maybe the colour might have changed from, maybe, I'd guess, could have been orange and now it's red. But I don't know. But those are the inns, obviously you can sleep in them and stuff. So yeah. But that about sums it up for this video, really. That's all 18 screenshots gone through and explained to the best of my ability. But if you guys did enjoy it, obviously, you know, like and share this video around. It helps me a lot. Obviously, you know, with this new update as well, me and James and maybe Luke, if his computer gets working, obviously we'll be doing some more Cube World streams, maybe, if you guys are still up for that. But if not, we'll do some like funny videos and stuff. But anyway, so thanks for watching. Like I say, anything I've missed out, be sure to comment down below, or any feedback, any stuff that I feel is important and that I've missed, I'll put it in the description down below. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.